poisoned, shot, beaten, and thrown into a river. Rasputin is the infamous mystic seducer who simply wouldn't die. He became the most feared and hated figure in Russia, a mystic who haunted the royal family and helped push a nation toward revolution. Rasputin was born in 1869 in a tiny Siberian village. A peasant with little formal education, he claimed to experience visions and mystical powers from a young age. As a wandering holy man, he traveled across Russia, building a reputation for healing, prophecy, and bizarre spiritual practices. His charisma drew followers, but also suspicion, as many saw him as a manipulative con man. By the early 1900s, Rasputin's fame reached the Russian royal family. Tsarina Alexandra, desperate for help for her son Alexei, who suffered from hemophilia, believed Rasputin could stop life-threatening bleeding episodes. Nicholas II tolerated Rasputin's influence, though many of his ministers and nobles warned him against it. Rasputin quickly became Alexandra's closest confidant, advising her on politics, appointments, and even military decisions while Nicholas was at the front during World War I. Rasputin's rise to power was as scandalous as it was rapid. He drank heavily, womanized openly, and allegedly had sexual relationships with high-ranking aristocrats, and rumors even suggested he seduced the queen herself, though historians debate how true that was. His mix of fear, charm, and supposed divine protection made him untouchable, and the nobility grew to hate him. The public's resentment had reached a boiling point. Rasputin was blamed for Russia's failures in the war, the chaos at court, and the corruption of the monarchy. By 1916, a group of nobles decided he had to die. They lured him to a palace, offering cakes and wine laced with cyanide. But Rasputin ate, drank, and survived. When the poison didn't work, they shot him multiple times, but he allegedly staggered to his feet, fighting back, cursing his attackers. Panicked, they beat him, smashed him, and thought he was finished. Then, in a final act, they threw him into the icy Neva River. Legend says he struggled in the freezing water, still alive, gasping before sinking. His death became a story of almost supernatural survival, cementing his reputation as the man who simply wouldn't die. Even in death, Rasputin's story fueled the collapse of the Romanovs. Just months later, Nicholas and Alexandra were overthrown and executed, ending the monarchy he had helped influence. Rasputin's life is a bizarre mix of mysticism, manipulation, sex, and power. A peasant who became one of the most feared men in history, a man whose death became legend. Rasputin's story endures because it's impossible to separate the fact from the myth. He wasn't just a mystic, he was a political player, a scandal machine, and the ultimate symbol of a dying empire. He was hated, feared, and most of all, impossible to kill. Thanks for watching.